Some really cool DC Universe news. I mean, you could see from the headline right there, Batman returns, Michael Keaton in talks to play Bruce Wayne in the Flash movie. Now, this is pretty cool. I got to tell you, the MCU, I don't know how well that cinematic universe is going to play out, especially when Kevin Feige has just been super, super woke for the past couple of years. His idea of exciting fans now is by promoting two dudes kissing in the Eternals. Like that's really going to bring people to their feet, going to really get the fans excited. I don't really understand it at all. Brie Larson going to be the head of the Avengers now. The rumors for the MCU are toxic and garbage. I don't think anyone's excited about any of that news. People want cool stuff like this. And I got to tell you, AT&T, since they've taken over, they seem to be making some pretty interesting decisions. Well, we got rid of that 5G event in DC Comics where they were going to replace all of the heroes with woke characters. That's gone. Then you've got the Snyder Cut coming. And now this. I mean, they at least seem to have their fingers on the pulse of what fandom really wants. And I got to tell you, this is pretty cool. So the idea here is Michael Keaton's going to be in Flashpoint and possibly might play some kind of Nick Fury type role in the DCEU. And they're going to expand more on the multiverse, and they're going to use this film to do that. And I think that would be a pretty cool idea. Now, I don't like Ezra Miller's Flash, but I got to tell you, if they're going to do the stuff that they're going to do for this movie, this is going to be a huge hit. Because now you're talking about bringing back an old fan favorite. Now, to be fair, according to this piece here, they're in early talks to do it. But the fact that they're talking about this and that Michael Keaton's at the table to do it, that's a pretty big deal. I mean, how many people wouldn't love to see him come back and reprise his role as Bruce Wayne? I think that would be pretty cool. So let's take a look at this, because I think this could potentially be a game changer for the DC comic book movies, a big one. And I think they're going to go back to doing a connected universe again, MCU style. And I think if they're going to do it like this is pretty cool. So after nearly 30 years, Michael Keaton is in talks to return to the role of Batman to appear alongside Ezra Miller in Warner Brothers' upcoming movie, The Flash. The Wrap has learned exclusively. Talks with Keaton are in very early stages. It is far from a sure thing and can go either way. No details are currently available about how big or small Keaton's role is. The plot will introduce general audiences to the idea of the multiverse, one of the core concepts underpinning DC Comics. For the non-fanboy set, the multiverse refers to a shifting number of alternate universes that coexist within a larger reality depicted in DC Comics, originally created to explain various contradictory changes the company's characters experienced over decades. It allows several different versions of the same characters to simultaneously exist and occasionally interact. Matt Reeves' upcoming The Batman will not be affected, and Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne is still viewed as the future of the franchise. One notable component is the idea that in every single universe, Earth is always home to a larger than normal number of superpowered heroes and villains whose actions often have galaxy-spanning consequences, which is what the Flashpoint would be. The Flashpoint is how they originally reset the comic book universe to the New 52 because they wanted to get rid of, all of the stories that came before to kind of make comics accessible to new readers again. It didn't work out. They really didn't do it very well. I think that they could have made that work, but they didn't. They went a little bit woke with it. Superman running around with like jeans and stuff. It was a decent idea, but it just didn't work. They didn't do it correctly, and they didn't commit to it. Was another thing. But I think this is really cool. The thing here though is we don't know how big his role is. I think they want to get him for a lot of stuff, and how open is he going to be to that? Even if it were to just be a small role in the film, I still think that would be really cool. And if you're talking about wanting to get butts in seats, I think a lot of people would show up just to see what he does in the film, even if it's small. But it doesn't stop there, because they're also talking about bringing Thomas Wayne in And I think that's pretty cool. They're going to have Jeffrey Morgan come back and play Thomas Wayne in the movie. Now, the idea there is Thomas Wayne became Batman, not Bruce Wayne, because the Flashpoint creates a whole new universe. It's actually a very good story. And if they do this, if they do this and they do this right, this could be a really good movie. I don't like Ezra Miller's Flash, but this movie could end up being pretty cool. The whole idea of them doing this movie is they want to reset the DC universe, keep what they want, get rid of what they don't want. So this would essentially eliminate Batfleck and a few other things, and they could reboot and start over. It's actually a smart idea, in my opinion. But the Snyder Cut could change a lot of stuff, so we'll see what happens. But I'm pretty cool with this. I think the idea here is to bring everything together. They note in here that this would be a way that they could have Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, maybe if they wanted to, go up against the current version of Aquaman. I think this is a brilliant idea. I think this is smart and would get fans excited, old and new. Because just about everybody's seen those old Bruce Wayne or old Michael Keaton Batman films. So I think this is really smart. And you want to talk about a way to hype fans up and get excitement going. This is how you do it, man. The MCU, I don't know what they're doing. No one cares about who dudes on the Eternals want to hook up with. That's not how you excite fans. This is how you excite fans. This is how you get people wanting to see your stuff and people talking. I mean, this got me to just make a video about it because I was kind of like, well, this is really cool, you know? So I'm excited about this. I hope this turns out to be real. I do think it is real because a lot of outlets are reporting on this. So it's to them coming from some decent sources. But it should be noted, nothing is set in stone. According to this, the talks are early. Michael Keaton could say no. He's been resentful to the idea before. He didn't want to play the role again. But I think maybe with his success in Spider-Man and a few other things, I think he might be open to coming back. Plus, it's a paycheck. I mean, what else is he doing? So hopefully it turns out to be true because I think this would be pretty cool. Speaking of Batman, by the way, Robert Pattinson says he's working out now. Remember before he said, oh, I'm not working out because of privilege or some stupid stuff like that. Like, yeah, I don't want to be toxic and move to the problem. And I think me working out right now would be a problem. Basically, it sounded like he's just sitting around eating shakes and smoothies and not working out, which you can't do. You have to maintain. If you want to have a body to play Batman, you got to maintain it. You got to keep working out and you got to keep going. And he didn't sound like he wanted to do that. He just want to sit around and be lazy. A lot of people say, oh, he's known for his trolling. Okay, well, that's fine, but you still got to work out. Apparently he is now, so he's got all kinds of stuff he's doing, so we'll see how he looks for the role. I don't know how it's going to be. I hate judging too early on actors and actresses picking up roles because we've been surprised so many times. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he'll be a good Batman. We will find out soon enough. I hope the movie's good. That's all I care about. I hope it's a detective story. I hope they have a little bit of a crime thriller atmosphere with this. I would love to see a Batman like that. And I hope it is. I hope it's a great movie. So there's that. And then Joel Schumacher passed away, which was sad to see. Since we're on the theme of, Michael Keaton coming back, Joel Schumacher famously took over for Tim Burton, directed Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin, as you know, was not a very good movie. It was a pretty terrible movie, actually. But Batman Forever was an okay movie. And, I wonder, Joel Schumacher is actually he was a very good director. And he was pretty constrained with Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. And I wonder if they would let him make a movie that he actually wanted to make. Maybe they could have been really, really good. Batman Forever, I thought, was a decent movie. Wasn't the best, but it wasn't terrible. Batman and Robin, to be fair, was pretty terrible. But sad news. Just wanted to share that. And that is pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think about Michael Keaton? This is the coolest thing to me. So I hope this turns out to be 100%, and I hope it works out. I do believe that they are probably talking to him. Whether or not he picks up the role or not, we will find out. But anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Share the video, throw a like up. Make sure you still subscribe. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.